What's up guys, it is I, once again, Mr. Gamer 990, and guys, I mentioned on Facebook that I was going to do a video relating to Far Cry 3's ending and the theories I have on that ending and how I believe it should have ended. And I reviewed Far Cry 3 for you guys. The link for that is down below in the description box. Now, when it comes to Far Cry 3's ending, I have no clue how it should end, to be honest. I mean, the ending for what it was is alright, it was fine, but compared to the rest of the game, it was pretty much a letdown, and I really felt that it could have gone so many other ways, and there were so many theories on what the ending meant and other theories on how it should have ended. And one theory that stood out to me was how someone said this ending could have made the game a whole lot better and corrected the mistakes. Now that ending involved Voss, and how at a certain point in the game you are playing as Voss, and how your entire time as playing as Jason Brody, Jason Brody was a figment of Voss's imagination. By that I mean he met a real Jason Brody at some point. Voss was recreating a lot of events in his mind during his captivity in Hoyt's fortress, and he was trying to create a whole different scenario where Jason Brody would become the Rakyat and the hero of the tribe, and how he would end Voss and his pain, his insanity. And at that point Voss realizes that Jason Brody was his own creation, and he never really was this badass Rakyat warrior who would fall in love with Citra. And he soon breaks out of his prison that he was in Hoyt's fortress, and he kills everyone on sight, going on a killing spree and getting his revenge on Hoyt, who drugged him, used him, and just fuck with his mind. Now there are other endings to the game that would make the story a whole lot better. One ending involved Voss and Citra. They actually are controlling Jason Brody by using drugs injecting drugs into his system, and how they're manipulating him how they see fit. Because when you kill Voss in the game, we never found his body or his corpse, not once. What does happen is we woke up in front of Citra, and how Citra congratulates us on our victory and freeing her brother, but we never saw his body, not even once. Our last encounter with Voss was when he injected us with some kind of drug, like the whole surprise motherfucker like that, and then we go into this whole fever dream where Voss is toying with us, and how we start to see reflections of Jason and Voss, how Jason is Voss, and how he's slowly losing his mind, just like Voss did when he was captured by Hoyt. And during that moment, which is just so intense and so emotional, and you can see how Voss is filled with rage, and he's in so much pain because he is unsure of his own sanity, and he doesn't even know just how insane he is. And Voss is begging you to nail him, to kill him, to free him, and you do just that. You take the very same dagger that Citra asked you to retrieve from the temple, and you stab Voss on the chest, like that. That is something that is so strange, because once again, we never see Voss's body. So the idea that Citra and Voss are using Jason to kill Hoyt, and to make it look like Voss was killed because they wanted to evoke fear from Hoyt and his men, because his men are armed to the teeth. But Jason Brody, like in the game itself, he becomes this legend where a lot of the people in the island want him dead. They want Jason to come off as some kind of mythical warrior, where there are those who fear him and those who want him dead. And the second ending, or the second theory to the ending of Far Cry 3, which people came up with, is how Jason Brody essentially loses his mind near the end of the game, because we get clues and hints how Jason Jason is, he starts to enjoy the violence that he's becoming a part of in the island as he's venturing to find his friends and to get revenge on Voss for killing his brother Grant. And Jason becomes so excited, putting his life on the line and putting himself through these life and death situations. And even I believe Liza brings up how Jason is enjoying this. I mean, he's having so much fun and how he's laughing it out and how he enjoys holding a gun. This has become Jason's life at this point, and Jason has never felt so free. He's never felt so alive, as he puts it. And when Citra actually seduces Jason and how she puts him on this drug-induced state, one of many, Jason starts to question himself of who he is. And this is during the process where he wants to obtain the strength of the Tatau, which can enable him to kill the demon Voss. And he starts to question who he is and what is his purpose, to which Citra replies, you are Rakyat, you are a warrior, you are a king, and you are her king, like that. And how the Rakyat tribe are your brothers. And at that point, Jason is starting to really believe he is this warrior, this leader. It's really sad because when you see just how Jason is losing his mind every step of the way in his journey to get revenge, to save his friends and to get out the island, because by the end it might not happen, because Jason, either he will lose his mind or he's going to really become this Rakyat leader that Citra wishes him to be. She brings out the best in him, she makes him a true warrior, and she also shows him just who he is deep down, because before then Jason really wasn't like a very open person. He was quite shy and quite timid. He was also someone who believed himself to have a future in Hollywood with his supposed girlfriend. But until he met Citra, he wasn't truly free. Now the third theory I have, which is my own personal theory on how it should have ended, I feel like the story would have been so great if they kept everything the way it was in the end, except for one thing. When Dennis killed Citra in the quote-unquote good ending, Jason holds Citra in his arms and she tells him, I love you, and to never leave her. At that point, after losing 1, 2, or 3 of his friends, except for Lisa, and he just goes insane. I mean, he goes so insane, not even his girlfriend Lisa can save him from his own sanity. He starts off by killing Dennis, stabbing him or beheading him, hell, dismembering him, and he starts to kill every single one of the Rakyat as they come to him to try to either tame him or to put him down, because Jason has lost it. After killing both Hoyt and Voss, nothing can stop Jason at this point. When Jason kills every single one of the Rakyat, he really does become this insane monster, and he starts to cry in his own frantic, insane state, and how he really just doesn't know what's happening anymore. Everything he sees around him is covered in blood. And what would make the scene so emotional and just so sad and heartbreaking if the song by Skrillex, which is called With You Friends or With Your Friends, I think you guys know that song by Skrillex, a really awesome band, one of my favorites, but their song With Your Friends, if that was playing the background as Jason is going on a killing spree and everything he sees is covered in blood, and how he shoots down anything in his way, whether be it animals, people, the citizens of the island, and soon after Jason stops his rampage, killing everyone in sight and everything, Lisa tries to calm him. She goes to him and holds him tight, but Jason is too far gone. He is way too far gone after losing Citra, after losing his friends, because of course he killed every one of them, sacrificing them during the ritual except for Lisa. This moment, however, I think would make the ending so great and just so impactful and poignant, and that's the point when Jason turns around as Lisa's holding him, trying to calm him with tears coming down her eyes, how she's lost the man she loves. Jason stabs her with a machete or a knife or whatever, and he sees her die right before him, and Jason just breaks down, and what happens after that, whether he takes a gun, shoots himself in the head, or he's just crying as he's on his knees in the ground and he's screaming in pain and agony because of all the insanity he's gone through, losing his friends and enjoying the blood and the violence that's happened, and how he's lost all his humanity and there's nothing left of Jason Brody. All that's left is just, well, the monster, the exact same monster that Voss was. Jason does become a monster, and because of the fact that he enjoys the blood, the violence, and everything that comes with what happens at the island, and how he eliminates all the threat that is to the Rockyat and trying to save his friends, but in the process he loses his humanity and he loses every sense of reality, because nothing can really bring Jason back from that darkness which has consumed him the way it did Voss. Human beings can be driven to insanity for many reasons, whether be it losing a loved one, a family member, a close partner, or whoever, or it could happen because you lost hope in humanity and how you are tired of being hurt, you're tired of just the world beating you down again and again, and there's no stopping it. And that really does make sense, because Jason, what he's been through, it really does change a man. It has changed him a lot. And where the ending was a huge letdown is how Jason by the end just is like, hey, it happened to me, I'm not gonna be the same again. And he's like, I'm still alive, so all is good in the world. No, it's not. Once again, guys, I don't know how they could have ended the game, but it could have been a whole lot better if they tried any one of those endings, including my own. I don't know if these endings will make any sense, but I hope you guys enjoy hearing my thoughts on them. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like, comment, subscribe if you wish, and do check out my review on Far Cry 3. I really love the game a lot. I mean, it's one of my favorite games of all time, and one of the few open world sandbox games I love, but that ending was probably the only big letdown for the game, and what's overall a very good action adventure first person shooter game, and one I will still play for years to come. Until next time, peace out, take care, adios amigos, au revoir, and sayonara.